everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today, I really want to be happy and positive about certain situations, but I can't due to the fact that I actually recently just quit my job and I'm really upset about it and tormented. So my channel doesn't really base on talking about stuff like this, but I feel like sharing with you a little bit in depth of what I went through, and it really made me super depressed and it was just not a good moment. So either case, it took me almost over a year to apply for this job. It was a state job, and I'm not gonna specifically tell you exactly what position and stuff like that. I just want to say that it took me so much time, money, and effort just to get that job. And the fact that during the interview, they weren't being very truthful and they were just telling me exactly what I was supposed to do, but in retrospect, when I actually went through, I guess, orientation and then training came along, I actually found out that it wasn't what it was supposed to be. Like, they basically kind of lied to me and I felt kind of disrespected. Honestly, I don't think any job is too demeaning, but for me, I honestly think this one was. For the amount of pay I was getting, for the amount of work I was doing, I really felt like I was being kind of like slave work. And we know that state and government jobs are always a pro because they have all these incentives and benefits, and everybody wants a state or a government job, and I'm one of those people that was willing to put money, effort, and time to get that state job. Sorry, I feel like I'm about to cry, but once I got it, I got that phone call. Like I said, it took me a year to actually finally got to orientation and stuff like that. I was so excited. You know, words can't describe how excited I was, because it was like an opportunity to get like the benefits, I guess, certain things that you won't get from a regular corporate, or maybe like just, you know, a regular waitress job or whatever it is, you know? And I was really ecstatic to actually hear them say, hey, you got it. And when you come in, actually go through orientation and then you'll go through training and stuff like that. Duly noted, I was fine with all of that until I actually went through training and saw exactly the environment and all that stuff. I will say the staff is very nice. They were very friendly. I have no problem with the people I was working with. I just had a problem with the amount of work that I was doing for that much pay. And I was literally busting my ass. I had a 15-minute break. I didn't have like 1 hour of a lunchtime or anything like that. Dealing with certain people that I can't really talk about because, long story short, it was a really toxic environment, and the fact that the state was being really cheap about certain things, like, oh, only certain people can get like 2 napkins or like stuff like that. It shook a nerve to me. Doing night shifts, they expect me to do certain stuff that I wasn't even required to do, like clean up around the windows and stuff, which is janitor work. That was never my position to begin with. So the fact that they were like, oh, you know, if it's within your area, within your workspace, you're supposed to clean up after yourself. And I thought it shook the nerve to me. So what? Because I'm breathing your air, I'm supposed to clean up all the areas that I walk around or use that bathroom. I'm supposed to like do that. Like, I've never heard of that before in my life or anything like that. I was actually working at a specific job that has nothing to do with anything I just mentioned. So for them to ask me to do that and then actually give me only 15 minutes of break, and I was busting my ass for like 7 hours. I was kind of disgusted with the actual schedule and the amount of work that I was doing, and work that I'm not even supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. One of my coworkers actually told me in the past that she was pregnant. She was 5 months pregnant, and she had to lug like a cart around of stuff, and she was 5 months pregnant. Nobody was helping her, and it was her duties to do it. And the fact that like the union, it took like what, the union reps weren't doing anything, and like everybody had to just fight for that. Like, a pregnant woman shouldn't be working like that. And honestly, just very disgusted that they could even do that, if that makes sense. If it's not your qualification and if it's not your job title, you're not supposed to be like pushing. I don't know how to really say that, but it was like one of those big kind of, I want to say like mail pushers. How you like work in an office and then there's like a big cart and you push like mail. It's like kind of like that. And to me, I feel like it's just hear that a 5-month pregnant lady were just actually doing that and nobody helped her. And the fact that right now with the whole situation, union reps weren't really doing their actual job as well, and they were, I don't really know the whole situation because I haven't worked there for like a whole year to really grasp. And I'm so glad I quit that job. I didn't work there for a full year. I think mentally and physically I would have been like just done. I wouldn't have been like myself. I would have been just miserable. I just want you guys to be true to yourself and don't ever settle, because a lot of those people that was working at that place that I've worked, and I'm not gonna drop names and stuff like that, that's not my intention, even though like I said, the fact that they're not even actually fighting this fight, I'm not here to help people fight their fight. I'm just here to make a voice, to speak up and let you guys know that don't ever settle for a certain job that isn't like beneficial for your health, your mental health, your sanity, and everything like that. Have the most respect with the staff that I was working with, and I honestly feel like they should fight for their rights, especially since they're in a union. I mean, like, aren't unions supposed to help you? You know, like what, like it's been like over, they keep saying that it's been over a year and nothing has changed, and I was like very disgusted and appalled. And the fact that they had to pay for the union every week for what, to do nothing. To me, I just feel like job is like a small job, and as long as you're true to yourself, I honestly think like I'd much rather become like a waitress or whatever than do that freaking job again, because I will never like there is no way. I can't even believe my staff, like the people, my coworkers, were actually willing to settle and was like, oh, you know, like it's a job. I mean, like, and stuff like that. And the worst thing about that, that they even told me so many different stories that I was like the fact that they tell me their experiences, and I'm thankful they did, because the more thing they told me, the more that I actually had a guard up and knew which path I was heading, which was about to quit. And the fact that they were working during COVID, and they said that to me. They basically said they like over 3 years now they haven't had a pay raise. Even working during COVID was like shocking to me. Like, how can you not get a pay raise while you're working like during COVID? You know what I'm saying? So it was just very appalling. I think everybody deserves some incentives. Everybody deserves a break, and it's just you're not supposed to like bust your ass for something that is like a job. Just everything seemed so dark to me when I was in that position. So I don't want anybody to go through that ever again. I was just baffled right now. I think maybe 10 years ago it was easier to actually get a job, but now it's getting harder and harder. I don't know why. Even like after COVID, you would think things like died down, and no, it's not the case. It's just like, I don't know. All I'm saying is just stay true to yourself and just be happy and positive, and don't ever settle for any job that makes you feel toxic and puts you in tears and just make you so depressed. Like, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Even my mom was like, you should just quit. Like, I've never seen you this miserable. Opportunities, but don't ever, ever settle. Don't ever feel like, you know, you need to do this, because at the end of the day, there will always be that help and support that you need within just people around you. And I just hope and I wish everybody the best